All right, guys, YouTube land. It is Sunday morning, getting off to a little bit later of a start, but that's okay. It's still early. Probably about 8:15 in the morning. 8:23. I'm actually back in the village of Edenfield, back into these the courtyard villas, which are shared with what I call garden villas, but I think what they're actually called are botanicals. And this is on Eden Run and Alex Avenue. We went in here last week. We're going to come back through here again because, why? Well, they've had another week to work on things. I kind of like to see the progression from week to week and just see how things are coming together. You know, makes it kind of interesting. But these are courtyards at first, and then those botanical garden villas, whatever. If you look on the Villages website and you search homes, I've seen a few listed, and it'll say botanical. So are they botanical homes? Botanical villas? I don't know. But you guys get the drift, right? See a few contractors in already this morning. Septic tank guys are out here. Not the septic tank, the Cottage people. Just hang a left off of Alex and just look at these courtyards again. Believe it or not, this courtyard, this neighborhood is actually it looks like they've already put down the last layer of asphalt on it, which is surprising to me because usually it's the last thing they'll do. But in this one, it's already done, and yeah, the streets are full of mud and sticks and twigs and rocks. So I'm kind of surprised that they did that. I say that because, well, one, it's fully done, as you can see. But when they do that last layer of asphalt, it's pretty much untouched, right? So it looks brand new and pretty black. But if this is the last coating of asphalt they're going to do in this neighborhood, man, it's going to look like it's been here for 3 months. It looks like hell. But we're still cruising. Through here, the roads are still a little bit muddy. The Porta-John company that's working on it, get a little of the name of it. Nature Calls. That's hilarious. Well, here's some more of these botanicals. A few more have been getting painted. Some people are still painting in here.
Morning, Frank.
Morning, how y'all doing? I'm not going to spend too much time in here. I'm going to do a one sweep pass right now. The roads actually look worse than what they did last week. Actually kind of been looking at another area to grab a peek at. But anyway, that was another quick look at these courtyard with botanical villas in it. You got all these houses coming up in the back end right in here. And I've been watching some of it. I've been trying to get in close enough while these cranes are lowering these precasts so we can see the process of them dropping these walls in place. It's kind of hard to do because you can't get in the way of what they're doing, right? So you have to find a position to where you can actually sit and watch. This is Chrissy Lane. Chrissy Lane. We got more designers coming up. And all these houses right here run along Bexley Trail, actually. I'm not sure where I missed the street, but I'm coming up on Robinette Run and Chrissy Lane. Robinette Run and Chrissy Lane. Robinette. Never heard of that. Just hang a left on there. I probably passed it up right over there and didn't realize it. And you scoot up to this little area right here on Newton Terrace and Robinette Run, where it's walled off. I'm going to go with maybe upcoming verandas. We'll see if my prediction's right when they start working on this. So we're still on Robin Run and Proventure Path. Proventure? Proventure Path. Guys, it's just completely obvious to me that naming these streets, they've run out of names. Not everybody can live on Whispering Pines. You know what I'm saying? It just isn't going to happen. And look at that crane right there. And you can see it's been lifting those walls into place over the rebar on the ground, and then they're tongue and grooved with each wall piece. Putting a house together in a few hours, maybe? I don't know. Apparently it might take a day or two. You got to be careful lifting these walls into place. And then once they're tongue and grooved, if you look at the sides, they're sealing them up. It's quite interesting. And that's one of their main reasons. And you can see the sheetrock, or maybe it's a membrane or something they got on the inside. Moisture. Working on in the inside. They still got wood framing in for some of the walls. Then the roofing goes on top. All these houses right here with all the rooftops waiting to get roofed, all sitting in front of the house in the dirt. And over to my right, I'm seeing what look to be, I don't know if those are going to be designers or cottages. Interesting, y'all. Hey, we got to investigate. All these houses coming up. And then there's the rec center stuff. There's the hotel. There's Eastport. Softball fields. Some more rec center stuff over there, you know. But right there, that's Eastport. You got these houses right here already coming up. Houses already coming up right across the street from Eastport. And there's a sign right there for the Olympia Recreation. And right off here in the distance, you'll see is the village of LaGrange. Turn off right here. Nature's Call, that's all their porta-johns. Right in here, and right off in here, check it out. Cottage homes. I don't mean to yell. Cottage homes. The village of LaGrange. Now I'm going to try to see if I can recognize the model homes they are just by its skeletal structure. Anyway, that looks like an anchor. This looks like Pebble Beach. This, oh man, right off the tip of my tongue and I lost it. Shoot, I can't think of it now. Pebble Beach. Paradise Found, I think. Could be wrong, obviously. And that might be a sea breeze right here. What I consider a sea breeze. Have to wait and see how it comes up, but those are my guesses. Proventure Path and Robinette Run. We're in LaGrange still. We're gonna hang a right here, which is right across the street from the Eastport. I want to come over this way. Thinking that I see something. Not sure I'll be able to access it or not, because you're back here on Cottage Trail and Provencher Path. These are designer homes. Not exactly what I was thinking I was coming to. Bernie Lane right here in Cottage Trail. Bernie Lane. Upcoming designer homes right here on this street. Right over here you got Juan Way on Juan and Cottage Trail. Now my question is, are these Villages spec homes? Look at this house right here, guys. Since I'm passing it up, that looks like a cottage home, Pebble Beach. This looks exactly like, almost exactly like a Pebble Beach cottage home, only the stucco version. You know, a designer home version. That's the same facial fronting right there. Still coming out Juan Way. Back on Ronald Drive and Shackleford Run. Back into these cottage homes where we've been watching them kind of develop. Pebble Beach, Sea breeze. Pebble Beach. Got a Paradise Found. That's what I think it is. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah, it won't be long on these ones. When you're working 7 days a week on these houses in these neighborhoods, man, they throw them up as fast as they can. Pebble Beach, there's an anchor right here. This one can't remember what this one's called. I hope I got them right. There's a few back there. Thing about the Villages, you know, the developers here, all of these neighborhoods are configured pretty much the same way. You know, courtyards, patios, cottage homes, verandas, things. There's always an outer perimeter exterior of the house, and then there's an intersection. And all of them. Some are bigger than others. Some may have a slight different shape, and you know, in the roads and the curves and stuff, but it's all basically the same way. Look at a seagull up on top of the house right here. I actually have two models in mind that are my favorites, and I'm not going to tell you. Alright guys, we got out of that cottage home area. I skipped over a few of the houses, but you know, it was more of the same. But if you would, click that like button below, and please subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next glorious video, and have a Merry Christmas. And as always, I appreciate every one of you guys watching my videos.
Myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. This really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure. But one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be yours. One day I'll be yours. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life changes just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be yours.